Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Future Internet Billionaire. My name is Josh Paigley. I am an entrepreneur and startup founder, and today we will be talking about the one and only Elon Musk. The man, the myth, the legend, the modern day Iron Man. As of 2021, Elon Musk is now officially the richest person in the world with a net worth of $209 billion. Now that amount of money is hard to fathom, so I'm gonna break it down for you a little bit. Now Elon Musk is 49 years old. It is as though he has made over $4 billion every single year he has been alive. That's a lot of money. Let me break it down even one more. It is like he has made $11 million, over $11 million for every single day he has been alive. From the time he was birthed to right now, it is as though he has made $11 million. That's how much money this man is worth. Even though he holds the title of being the richest man in the world and having a net worth greater than pretty much half the countries on our planet, he also holds a bunch of other very incredibly cool and prestigious positions. So let me break that down for you so you can see what we're working with. He is the founder, CEO, CTO, and chief designer of SpaceX, the rocket company. He is the early investor, CEO, and chief product designer at Tesla. He is the founder of the Boring Company, co-founder of Neuralink, co-founder and initial co-chairman of OpenAI. He was elected a fellow of the Royal Society. He is ranked by Forbes as one of the top 25 most powerful people on planet Earth. Now let's dive into the story of this truly visionary business leader. And in this video, I'm going to show you the strategies that Elon Musk uses when building the businesses and how this strategy has allowed him to build a business empire and achieve the title of the richest person on earth. Let's dive in. First, I'm pretty sure he drinks coffee, and that's a big contributor of what allowed him to do what he's done. Also, he'd probably subscribe to this channel. Yeah. And maybe like the video because it's all about how awesome he is. So I'm pretty sure he would like the video. So if Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, would probably like this video, I would love if you would like it too. It really helps me out, helps the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. All right, let's get down to it. Now there's a lot to Elon Musk's story, and now I'm going to be taking a high-level video because honestly you could create a 5-hour long YouTube video. So this is going to be a high-level overview, really looking at the lessons and things that happened to him in life that allowed him to mold and grow into who he is today and the strategic decisions he made to grow his business empire. So let's go ahead and look at his early life. At the age of 12 was when Elon got introduced to computers, and that interest grew and he began to start teaching himself how to code. Quickly progressing and gaining great skill, he actually developed a game called Blastar at 12 years old and sold it. Now he's known for Tesla and SpaceX and PayPal and all these other cool things, but his first business venture and business that he sold was his game at 12 years old, Blastar, to a company, and they paid him $500 for it. Now to us, $500 doesn't seem like a lot, but to a 12-year-old, I'm sure that felt like $1 million. That was his first taste of the world of entrepreneurship and building and selling businesses. Quickly growing into adulthood, as Elon got older and began to think about his life, he began to think about the possibilities that existed in the world. And in his mind, the greatest land of opportunity, even quoted by him, is he believed was the United States. And so he grew up and actually was raised in South Africa. He's actually South African. His goal was to get to the United States so he could pursue his own dreams. So even though his father wanted him to go to college in South Africa, he was absolutely determined to get to the US. By doing that, he decided that going to Canada first would be easier to get into the United States. So he actually made his way to Canada, and while he was there, he lived with his cousin. Was second cousin actually. And the Elon must remember at 12 built a game. He was a computer genius and legend. But when he moved to Canada with his second cousin and lived there, he actually for a few years worked odd jobs at a farm and a lumber mill. The point of that really is no matter where you are at in life and how smart you think you are, don't despise the journey when you're pursuing your dreams. Obviously, he was trying to get to America to be involved in technology and science and innovation. As a stepping stone, he had to do what he needed to do to get there. And don't ever forget that. You're never too smart, too cool, too prestigious to do the dirty work required for those stepping stones in life. And Elon didn't despise that phase either. He just was doing what was necessary to get to where he needed to be. Eventually, he was actually able to transfer to a college in the United States, and there he achieved 2 degrees actually, one in economics and one in physics. While he was in college though, he actually got introduced to the world of startups and Silicon Valley, which is arguably one of the greatest birthplaces of technology companies our world has ever seen. And during his summers off of school, he actually took 2 internships. One at an energy storage company and another called Rocket Science Games in Silicon Valley. Now I actually have a photo of Elon while he's interning at Rocket Science Labs. You can see he's just a young guy here, but you can see this is part of his journey of where he got introduced to this world of startups, growth, and the dream of building an empire. Now after Elon was out of school, obviously pursuing his dreams of working in technology and innovation, he actually got accepted in 1995 to Stanford University's PhD program. Now that's pretty elite. But after 2 days, only 2 days in the program, he decided to drop out of Stanford University. So even though he has his college, he actually does have a few degrees. It's kind of interesting to think he's sort of a college dropout. You know, I think a lot of entrepreneurs like to hold that title of I'm a college dropout. So I would put him in that category too, to drop out of Stanford, which is so hard to get accepted into, to pursue his dreams of being an entrepreneur. Now during this time of dropping out, he actually tried to get a job right after that at Netscape. Now Netscape, I'm not sure if you know who they are. Essentially, they were a pretty big, innovative company at the time, especially around the internet, a tech company. And he never actually heard back from them. Now Netscape no longer is around. They've essentially molded and disappeared since then. But you know, it's kind of funny to think about what if they would have hired Elon. They might have turned into the biggest tech company in the world knowing what this guy is capable of. It's just kind of interesting to think about the missed opportunity that they had and what their future could have been with somebody like him on their team. The main goal of Elon dropping out of Stanford though was he wanted to be part of the internet boom. And so he decided that after dropping out, he would actually go ahead and launch his own internet startup. And he decided to do this with his brother, thus births the first major success he will find in his life. So let's dive into that business. Enter Zip2. This is Elon Musk's first internet technology company and would be the one that starts the domino effect for his entire empire to come. Now Zip2, you may ask, what the heck is that? Or maybe you have never even heard of it. Well, it no longer exists anymore, but what it was an internet city guide for the newspaper publishing industry. It had things like maps, directions, and yellow pages. Elon is worth an incredible amount of money, but that wasn't always that way. When he was actually building his first company, before it had become successful, he couldn't afford an apartment. So he actually slept in the office and showered at the YMCA. And on top of that, they couldn't afford more than a single computer. So during the day, the Zip2 website would be up and live, but it would go down during the night because Elon would code and work on it all through the night because he couldn't do it during the day because that's when the service needed to be available. So after sweating it out and building his empire, Zip2 was actually acquired by Compaq for an estimated, well, not even for an estimated, but Compaq acquired it for $307 million in 1999. 4 years after he had started this company, it was bought for $307 million. Elon Musk at the time owned about 7% of the company, which have been equivalent to about $22 million. So he would have made $22 million from the sale of Zip2. He doesn't stop there. To most people, $22 million would have been the dream. That was the end. He's successful, he made it. High five, Elon, you did it. But to him, this was only the start. In March of 1999, 1 month, not a year. Some people are like, oh, I sold, I want to take a break off, you know, for a year or two and travel. No, he sold in February, Zip2, and started his next company in March of 1999 called X.com with 10 million of his own dollars that he had made from the Zip2 sale. X.com was an internet financial services company and email payments platform. And as he was growing X.com, 1 year after he founded the company, it actually merged with another internet services company, which gave birth to what we all know of as PayPal.com. So after the merger, after the growth, PayPal saw explosive and incredible growth and grew into a really successful company, going on to be acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon received $165 million from that deal as PayPal's largest shareholder at 11.7% of essentially the company he owned. Number two, we're talking 22 million, 165 million. This guy is only warming up. So let's go ahead and jump to his next company. Enter SpaceX. Now, as you can see, Elon is not a person motivated by money, because if he was, he would have retired a long time ago. Elon Musk, after starting 2 successful internet companies, the next logical decision to him was, I should start a rocket company. A rocket company. Out of all things, a rocket company. Anyways, that's Elon. With $100 million of his early fortune, he launched and became the founder of SpaceX. Now, this company is an incredibly innovative company. I mean, arguably one of the most innovative companies on the planet now, and alone has an estimated worth of about $100 billion. That's serious money, but that's today. So let's kind of go back again. He founded SpaceX in the year of 2002. Really not that long after the sale of his other companies, but this is a man motivated and on a mission. He was finally able to do what he had always dreamed of doing, and that is actually building a space and rocket company. Now, he's really getting into his flow here as an entrepreneur, elite thinker, and incredible businessman. In addition to building SpaceX, let's go ahead and launch into his next venture and what we really know him by today, and where he has gained a majority of his net worth. That is Tesla. So in 2004, while he was running and building SpaceX, he actually was the lead investor in a Series A round for Tesla. And with that, he became the chairman of the board. Now, at this time, he wasn't taking over or really involved in the day-to-day running of Tesla, but he was still very heavily involved in the design, the release, and really the high level or bigger decisions involved in Tesla's future. It wasn't until after the 2008 financial crisis and some very serious escalating issues in 2007 that could potentially have cratered and collapsed Tesla as a company, Elon Musk stepped in and the current CEO was removed and only to be replaced by Elon. Elon Musk, as we know, went on to take Tesla into heights that no other car company has ever seen. Just last year, they surpassed the value of Toyota and became the largest car company on the planet by market cap value. Now, Elon alone has been there. I really do believe the steward that built this into what we know today. And without Elon, even though he didn't found the company, without Elon, Tesla may not even exist. He truly did come in, innovate, build, and turn it into a viable, successful, thriving business in a way that nobody else did, and the current CEO that got replaced could not have. Now, Elon Musk holds so many other key positions and has so many other companies that I'm not even going into that are so strategic and important and potentially billion-dollar companies in and of themselves. The Boring Company, Neuralink, OpenAI, these are all things that you should go check out. But unfortunately, I'm out of time for this video. So what I want to do is I want to go and summarize everything so far and break down his strategy so you can see how he thinks and what allowed him to build the business. If you haven't liked this video yet or subscribed, I really ask you to do that. It really helps me out, lets me know you guys like the content. I would really appreciate it. Let's go jump into these strategies and see how he became the richest person on the planet. Almost every single one of Elon's companies has been motivated behind an idea of the change that he wants to see in the world. So for instance, Elon believes that in order to exist as a species, we need to be a multi-planetary species and exist and colonize new planets. So with that idea, he genuinely believes that. He knew he needed to build a rocket company, but rocket companies are incredibly expensive, so he needed to build a sustainable, revenue-generating rocket company, which would become the platform to essentially initiate that travel and that transportation of humans to other planets. And with that, that's why he built SpaceX. It was his mission and the change and the desire he wanted to see in the world and what he believed we needed to do as humankind. Tesla, he believed that in order to save planet Earth and prolong the destruction of our own planet for as long as we can, we needed to move into renewable energies and needed to remove our reliance on fossil fuels. That is why he invested in Tesla, and that is why he is building that company as a sustainable energy company. The same principles apply for the Boring Company, OpenAI, and Neuralink. These are all based on ideas that he has in the change he wants to see in the world and what he believes is important. That is his style of business. He has used business to impact the world for what he wants to see the world to be. If you can solve hard problems and make change in the world that other people also believe in, then that is, based on Elon, a recipe for incredible success and a thriving business. Now, there is a biography about him that I highly recommend reading. Goes into so much more detail about his life and so many other cool examples that I could not touch in this story. The author of the biography is Ashley Vance. It's really good. I've read it. My wife has read it. We love it. It's an incredible read. Definitely do it. You no doubt you will be inspired. I just want to say that I hope you all enjoyed this video. Congratulations, Mr. Musk, for achieving the title of the world's richest man. You truly deserve that title. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I just want to say thank you if you stuck around and watched the whole thing. Please let me know down below what you would like, and don't forget to subscribe to the video. This is a channel all about startups, incredible entrepreneurs, my own company, venture capital, and the world that is the unknown world of entrepreneurship. I just want to say God bless you all, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.